One of the surah which we read in the Qiyamul Layl is Surah Ayat al-Kursi. This is one ayah and that's the greatest ayah of the Quran. The greatest surah can be considered as Surah al-Fatiha and the greatest ayah is Surah Ayat al-Kursi. And the most beautiful ayah of the Quran. It shows about the greatness of Allah and it's also a great protection. If we can always read it, we can have lots of protection against evil, against devil, against the evil and against the harms. It's a very beautiful ayat of the Quran and it's mentioned as Ayat al-Kursi. The Kursi meaning is metaphorical, it's like kingdom. The Kursi means literal meaning is chair, but here meaning is not the chair, but here meaning is the power. Like when we call chairman, the chairman doesn't mean that he has a chair ready to sit, but chairman means it's power, the person with the power. So the Kursi means here is the power belongs to Allah. Allah is the dominion of the heavens and the earth. Everything is controlled by Him. The people try to be arrogant that they have some greatness and they have some power, but actually all the power belongs to Allah. What is Ayat al-Kursi? The very important and beautiful thing is to start with name Allah. The ayat start with Allah. Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. La ta'khuduhu sinatun wa la nawm. Lahu ma fi samawati wa ma fil ard. Man dhal ladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'idhni. Ya'lamu bayna aydihim ma khalfuhum. Wa la yuhituna bi shay'in min ilmihi illa bima sha'a. Wasi'a kursi samawati wal ard. Wa la yawudu ibzumahu wa huwal aliyyul azim. So what Allah said in this ayat, in this ayah, Allahu la ilaha illahu. Allah, there is no God except He. Al-Hayyu, Al-Qayyum. Allah, there is no God except He. He is Al-Hayy and He is Al-Qayyum. So Allah is one of the name of Allah and then Al-Hayy is the name of Allah and Al-Qayyum is the name of Allah. The name of Al-Hayy, what's the meaning of Al-Hayy? Yes, Ali. What is the meaning of Al-Hayy? The ever living. This is only only one person who can live forever, and that's Allah. And He is existing forever. He is alive forever, and He is existing forever. How long He is alive? No limit. How long maybe He will be alive? No limit. He is ever living. He is ever existing. So there are two beautiful names of Allah you need to learn here. Allah is Al-Hayy and Allah is Al-Qayyum. Al-Hayy means the ever living and Al-Qayyum the ever existing. Okay. Abdullah, you are alive now and you are existing now. Where you were 12 years ago, 13 years ago, you were not existing. Okay? So there was a time when we were not existing. But Allah is always existing. He is always existing. That's the meaning is Al-Qayyum. He is always existing and He is ever living always. And not just He is ever living, He is the one who is giving the life. And He is the one who was giving us existence. Existence means we are existing now. We are not absent, we are existing. So these are the two beautiful names of Allah. Allah said in the Quran, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى فَادْعُوهُ بِهَا. For Allah are the most beautiful names, so invoke Allah with those names. And we must learn the names of Allah. We must learn the names of Allah. Allah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Quddus, As-Salam, Al-Mu'min, Al-Muhaymin, Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar, Al-Mutakabbir, Al-Khaliq, Al-Bari, Al-Musawwir. The names of Allah in Arabic, and you can learn, you can have, you will know Allah about more and more through His names. More you know the names of Allah, the more you get knowledge about Allah. And the names of Allah is not just the names, but attributes. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim is related to the mercy and love. That He is merciful, He is loving. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik. Al-Malik the king, the infinite king. Al-Quddus, the holy. So these are the beautiful names of Allah. And what is the names here in Ayat al-Kursi? Allahu. Allah, this name of Allah. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa. Allah, there is no God except He. Al-Hayyu wal-Qayyum. Al-Hayyu al-Qayyum. The ever-living, the ever-existing. All of us are alive because of Allah, and all of us are existing because of Allah. If Allah is not giving us life, we have no life, and if Allah will not give us existence, we are not existing. Then what Allah said the next? La ta'khuduhu sinatu wala nawm. La ta'khuduhu sinatu wala nawm. Not touches him the slumber, nor his sleeps. So this is again metaphorical here. Slumber means antok in Tagalog, like you are tired and you are not available to help your slaves. Like in the case of the Bible, what happened in Bible? They changed it. So what they said now, the God created the heavens and the earth in the 6 days, and on the 7th day he get rested. Subhanallah. What kind of God you made it now? You made the God to work for 6 days, and on the 7th day he need to rest. Why? Tired. Pagod. So this is not the true God who can need to rest. The God is free from defects, free from errors, free from weakness. So Allah, just to explain it, that the power of Allah is infallible. It is not going to diminish. It's not going to reduce. Because Allah is very hard to understand Allah, but we can just try our best. For example, us, we can be addict, we can be subtractive, we can be divided, we can be multiplied. That Allah is not like this. Allah cannot be added, Allah cannot be subtractive, Allah cannot be divided, and Allah cannot be multiplied. Why? Because Allah is infinite. Allah, the self of Allah is infinite, His attributes are infinite, His power is infinite, His knowledge is infinite. Everything, all the attributes of Allah are infinite. His life is infinite. His existence is infinite. His wish is infinite. His power is infinite. His knowledge is infinite. Omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. There is no limits belongs to Allah. The limits are for us as a creation. But Allah is the creator, He is free from limits. There is no limits for Him. His self is unlimited. You cannot imagine Allah, how big is Allah, you cannot estimate it. Because He's unlimited, He's infinite. For example, the universe, the size, no one knows exact size of universe. Estimated like more or less 100 billion years you travel in the universe with the speed of the light, 300,000 kilometers per second. And you travel with the speed of the light, 300,000 kilometers per second. Then you travel it for 100 billion years. That is only what we can see the sky in the outside. That is universe, the size of the universe. 100 billion years you travel from one point until the next point, the other point, with the speed of the light, 300,000 kilometers per second. If you use the speed of the light to go to America, you can go to America 30 times with the speed of the light. Back and forth 15 times in 1 second only. So even though that big universe that you need to travel in the universe for 100 billion years with the speed of the light, 300,000 kilometers per second, yet the universe has a limitation. And universe is a created thing. Created things are solid, plasma, liquid, gases. These are the creations. Allah is not going to be defined with these things. Allah you cannot define him chemically. Allah you cannot define him biologically. Allah you cannot define him by the laws of physics. He's beyond all this. He made these laws for the creation. He is out of dimension. He is out of direction. He is not in need of direction. He is not in need of location. He is not in need of time. past, present, future is not belongs to him. He is not bound with the past, present, and future. For him, there is no limits of past, present, and future. There is no limit for him on location, dimension, direction. He doesn't need all this. You cannot imagine, but you can say Allah is the greatest. Allahu Akbar. How big is he? How great is he? You keep on writing about his greatness, you cannot finish it. For example, Allah said in the Quran, if all the sea to become the ink, and if all the trees to become the pen, and if you write the greatness of Allah, the words of Allah, the power of Allah, the praise of Allah, the glorification of Allah, you cannot finish it. All the seas made ink will finish, and all the trees made the pen will finish. And you can add on more seas now. But you cannot finish writing the greatness of Allah, the power of Allah. So Allah said, La ta'khudhuhu sinatum wala nawm. Nor touches him the slumber, not touches him the slumber, nor he sleep. He's always with power. So it's not meaning here slumber or sleep, it's meaning here his power is not diminishing. You cannot add power to him. Why? Because his power is unlimited. You cannot subtract the power from him because his power is unlimited. If all of us become believers, will Allah get more power? No. His power is unlimited. If all of us become believers, Allah will not gain any power because his power is unlimited. If all of us become disbeliever, will Allah lose his power? Will Allah reduce his power? No. All of us become disbeliever, he will throw us in the hellfire and he can create more people. No power reduction for him. Can Allah be divided? He can divide his power? No. His power is unlimited. It cannot be divided. Can Allah multiply? No. He doesn't need to multiply because he is already infinite, unlimited. So he is not going to multiply. You cannot imagine about Allah. You cannot think about Allah. How great is he? He just made this creation and he made us for a test. And if you follow this test, we become successful by his will in that test, and he can give us a better life, the best life in paradise. لَا تَأْخُذُهُ سِنَةٌ وَلَا نَوْمٌ لَهُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. For him belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is in the earth. So whatever is in the planets and galaxies and sun and the moon and the stars, it all belongs to him. Whatever on this earth, all belongs to him. The sun belongs to him. The sun is sending down to us the energy, the electrical, the heat. And to produce the heat that the sun giving on the earth, you need electricity. How many electricity? You need the electricity of 175 quadrillion watts. Not billion, not trillion, quadrillion watts. And if you compete it in a dollar, multiply in the dollar per unit of the kilowatt for 175 quadrillion watts, multiplied in the per unit kilowatt rate by dollars, it will cost $10 trillion in one day. The electricity you need for one day is equal to $10 trillion. Multiply in peso, 580 trillion pesos. The power need for electricity for produce the heat of the sun to the earth. And this heat is need for everything. Agriculture, our lives, everything. If there is no sunlight, we all will die. And if the sun will come closer, all will burn. And the sun will get farther, we all will become freeze. The sun is on the perfect distance made by Allah. Because he is not sleeping. He is watching us. He is taking care of us. لو ما في السماوات وفي الأرض وهو العزيز لو ما في السماوات وفي الأرض الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وفي الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه. Who can intercede with him except by his will? So له ما في السماوات وفي الأرض, all belongs to him, what is in the heavens and the earth, like the galaxies, the stars, the planet, everything belongs to him. The estimation of the universe, 300 billion galaxies. We are belongs to Milky Way galaxy. In our galaxy, there are more than 300 billion stars. And there are more than 300 billion galaxies. And it all belongs to Him. All belongs to Him. The stars are big, even the millions of times bigger than our earth. It all belongs to Allah. And above the sky, the other sky, until 7 skies. And then the throne is the biggest creation of Allah to control the universe. It is not the throne for sitting down. It is controller. It is the headquarters to control the universe, control the creation. And there is a hard disk there, Loy Mahfuz, which has the programming for all the creation. So Allah said, who can intercede to Him except by His will? إلا بإذنه يعلو بين ما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء يعلو بين أيديهم وخلفهم. He knows what is before us and what is after us. يعلو ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه. And you cannot comprehend any knowledge, and you cannot comprehend anything from His knowledge. إلا بما شاء, except He what He want to give the knowledge. وسع كرسي السماوات والأرض. His dominion, His power is over the skies and the earth. وهو العزيز الحكيم, and He is Almighty, Al Ali Al Azim, and He is the Most High, and He is the Most Great. He is Al Ali Al Azim, that He is the Most High and He is the Most Great. So this is the very beautiful ayah, the Ayat al-Kursi, which can always to memorize it. We should memorize it. We should recite it all the time. And I can repeat again one more time. Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. La ta'khuduhu sinatun wa la nawm. Lahu ma fi samawati wa fil ard. Man dhal ladhi yashfa'u indahu illa bi'idhnihi. يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يعيدون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم. And then after this is like Quran fi Din. There is no compulsion in religion. And Allah waliyul lazina amanu. So the Surah Baqarah has so much treasures, especially the last 3 ayat, the Lillahi ma fi samawati wal ardi amanu rasulu. It's also treasure of the Quran. And before the Surah Baqarah, the greatest surah of the Quran, Surah Al-Fatiha. These are the key surah and the key ayah. Like Ayat al-Kursi, we must memorize it. Surah Fatiha, we must memorize it. Kul Huwallahu Ahad, we must memorize it. Kul A'udhu bil Falaq, should memorize. Kul A'udhu bin Nas, should memorize. Surah Al-Asr, wal Asr, inna nisara lafi khusr, illa alladhina amanu wa amilus salihati wa tawassaw bil haqqi wa tawassaw bis sabr. These are the very important surah for us to recite again and again in Salah and in our daily life, and to memorize them. Like also the 3 ayat of Surah Al-Hashr. Huwallahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwa alimul ghaibi shahada wa rahmanur rahim. Allahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwa al-malikul quddus salamul mu'minul muhayminul azizul jabbarul mutakabbir subhanallahi amma yushrikun wallahu al-khaliqul bari'ul musawwirul lahu al-asmaul husna yusabbihu ma fis samawati wal ard wa huwa al-azizul hakim. So these 3 ayat, there's plenty of names of Allah. It's very beautiful, these 3 verses of the Quran. What are the names there? Wallahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwa alimul ghaibi shahada. Alimul ghaibi shahada. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Al-Malik, Al-Quddus, Al-Salam, Al-Mu'min, Al-Muhaymin, Al-Aziz, Al-Jabbar, Al-Mutakabbir, Al-Khaliq, Al-Bari, Al-Musawwir, Al-Aziz, Al-Hakim. So many names of Allah mentioned in these 3 ayat. So there are some part of the Quran which are very special. Surah Al-Fatiha, this Ayat al-Kursi, and the last 3 ayat of Surah Baqarah, then these 3 verses of Surah Al-Hashr, then Kul Huwallahu Ahad, Kul A'udhu bil Falaq, Kul A'udhu bin Nas, Surah Al-Asr, Surah Al-Yasin, very important for us to memorize it and to recite it. Surah Al-Mulk and Surah Al-Rahman. So there are very special part of the Quran which is very important for us to memorize them, inshallah. May Allah guide us, may Allah forgive us. The issue about the fasting is very important for us to know that we can see that most of the people, Muslims in the world, they are doing a wrong practice, that they are breaking the fast before Maghrib, which is, we used to do that also. But now we realize that the fasting time should be after Maghrib. Because like in the morning, when we see the light coming out, we close our fast. So similarly, the opposite, how you break your fast when you see the darkness coming out. So the sunset is not the condition to break your fast, but our breaking fast condition should be the after sunset, there should be the darkness comes. Because the fasting from day until night, so the beginning of day is not the sunrise. The beginning of day is the dawn, when the light come out. That's the beginning of the day. The sun rises after 1 hour after the dawn. Similarly, the beginning of night is not the sunset, but the beginning of night is when darkness come out. When do you see the darkness coming out? It's already you can break your fast. May Allah guide us, may Allah forgive us.